So y'all know I do talk about pop culture sometimes and just things. So a lot of people are talking about Desmond and Christy right now. I feel like just this is just me as an observation. Like I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I am a good reader of people's like energy. I don't know. It's just you know. Have anybody ever watched the interview with Aisha Curry and how she talked about her being with Steph Curry? I could be completely wrong, but I kind of feel like when I look at Christy and Desmond, I feel like it could be a situation like that. Like a lot of people really like talked about Aisha for what she said in that interview, but as a woman who has never actually been married and had kids and just had, it's like I still feel sometimes now that having that family life would sometimes get in the way of me like achieving my goals. Imagine like you have everything, you have the perfect hood, whether you have shit happen or whatever, to everybody else it looks perfect, but as you start to end up growing into certain aspects of your life, especially when you have experienced something for such like a long time, when you have certain dreams and aspirations that do start to happen and you look at your family life, it's like sometimes they don't align. Like sometimes you end up accomplishing like your goals and your dreams, or you get an opportunity to, like, I feel like in Christy's situation, to me, it's like she actually, when you listen to what Aisha's conversation was, it's like the things that she really wanted to pursue in life, like other things, like you listen to her other goals, people don't realize that folks are still like human, or they still have other goals, dreams, and aspirations like outside of their relationships. And I can just kind of tell, you can kind of tell when someone starts to hit a plateau of life. The industry is not an easy place to maneuver a lot of different circumstances, especially when if you are someone that ends up having a busy schedule. Like I look at myself and I say, not to be funny, but a lot of times I look back on relationships sometimes and I feel like, I said my life would have, I feel like at times my life would have been a lot further if I maybe have not like stayed in some relationships as long as I did, or, I would have just never gotten into them in the first place. But I've never had a long, like I've dealt with someone on and off for 10 years, but I've never had just like a long standing formal like relationship. But when you start experiencing your goals transpire, and sometimes it's like, how can I make that make sense? Like sometimes you put yourself in a space where you like, if this part of my life was not like this, I wonder like what my life would be like. Because sometimes I often ask myself, I say, I am someone that actually has like wanted a family and a husband and being married and shit like that. But I also haven't accomplished a lot of my personal goals. And sometimes it's like now, especially being in my 30s, it's like people don't give you as much grace as they used to give you when you were in your 20s. Like it's it's like people kind of give you your 20s to kind of like fuck off a little bit, or just not be a little bit perfect. But when you start hitting your 30s, people don't give you like as much grace as like what they used to. And I just realized that. I said, I be wondering. I said, I wonder. And it may not be anything, because sometimes you be like, from the surface level or the outside level, you never know what's going on inside a person's home. People can look completely okay or normal or whatever the case may be. It doesn't necessarily have to be like that, but on an energetic level, and it's just as an energetic level, I feel like, I wonder, is like Chrissy's energy reminiscent of like Aisha Curry's energy? Hello. it's like not to speak on the cheating or anything. It's just like I know, like, this is like, imagine even if there wasn't ever any infidelity or anything else. It's just like sometimes I don't know, man. Like I look at myself. I said, what if I was to get in a relationship and I did finally get some of those, personal things that I want. It's like, what about my career goals? I said, I feel like I haven't even hit like 10% of the goals that I would like to accomplish in my life. You're not gonna see me today. I have my camera off. It's just, I don't know, man. I observe like a lot of things. Like I don't know. I really just, I think I have a good judge of character, but sometimes I do think that I will give certain people the benefit of the doubt that maybe don't always deserve it. Like I think I am that type of person. I try to really see the good out of everybody. And like, I'm gonna be honest, you know, I feel like I be a little bit apprehensive. I guess I need to start saying this is literally for entertainment purposes. Everything I'm saying is alleged, because I don't know. I think people really do take some of the stuff that I say like to heart sometimes. But this is just me having like a observational conversation about something. I could also tell too, like I ever wonder in that space, were there ever like, I don't want to say competitive energy, but like, you know at one point in time the content was very based around like kind of Christy and like her crazy like shenanigans, which is it's funny to like the public. But Desmond himself decided to actually like start to branch out and do his own thing. And I sometimes wonder, did that cause any rift in how things also went as well? Like, when it's like when you start to kind of branch out and do your own things, if everything is not always aligned, sometimes it can create like certain rifts. It I feel like too, sometimes it's hard when one person is really excelling and flourishing and maybe the other person is at the beginning stages of starting something. I feel like we as humans, we are so quick to judge, but I just feel like a lot of situations are like onions. You just got a lot of layers to peel back, cuz I have just seen so many people talking about it, and it's just like automatically, and I'm not going to say that the person is not bad, like from the confession, but I feel like we as people, like I even started to even look at how I judge certain men based off of people that I don't know. And I'd be like, it's always two sides to a story. Like even when it comes to like how I have like explained the situations that I've been in, sometimes other people can tell the story and it don't, and they will tell it to a way where it's not like that. So, you know, I feel I can tell that I have done a lot of healing within the last year, within the last past like month or so too, because I told myself, like, I was very serious about that. I said I just don't want to go into the new year with the same heart. Like, I don't want to go into this new year feeling a lot of grief, remorse, and animosity that I have felt towards so many other situations. What and it's like sometimes I realize, I said, me sitting in certain energies for such a long period of time, allowed me to miss out on certain things that I still could have taken advantage of, but I just didn't see because I chose not to see it. And I even got to the point to where I have really been asking myself, like, like, am I really in the space to where I think I'm okay with dating? Like, is my heart healed enough to where even if something was not to go the way that I wanted, would I really allow it to take me back into another space? Like, am I healed enough to still just experience but still keep going? Because I do feel like I have been very, like, avoidant of just people, like, altogether, like dating, all of that, just because I want to make sure that I am in the space where I can handle certain things. I be having no idea, like, why y'all be putting some faces. Like, I don't know, man. I've been really trying my hardest to just, like, not hold grudges. Like, I feel like the more that I let certain things go, because even in grudges, that holds energy. Like, you're still holding on. Like, it's like, if I'm really over that situation, why am I holding a grudge? Like, that's still containing energy. That's still holding on. And it's like I really been releasing things. Like, I told myself I was really gonna, like, just stop holding on to things that I feel like if I'm telling myself it no longer serves me, but I'm still holding on to the energy, it's like you're still allowing something from that situation to exist within your spirit. And I told myself, I was like, I just gotta start really, like, if you gonna let it go, really, really let it go. Cause I'm not gonna lie. I said, when you speak negatively on situations, it still means that you're holding on. I looked at the situations with my exes. It's like I don't even really feel nothing in them spaces no more. Like, I really let that shit go. It's like the anger. I feel like I don't think I held on to the people. I really held on to the anger that I experienced from the experiences of the situations. And it's just like I really had to tell myself, it's like, do you forgive these people? Like, you can forgive, but you don't have to forget. But do you forgive them? Like, do you forgive them enough to just be like, okay, wherever the energy is right now, I'm just going to leave it there. Like, are you okay with leaving it there? Like, do you still feel like you need to get? It's like I really don't feel like I need to get nothing off my chest. I just feel like I'm good now. Like, when people be like, let their hurt go, sometimes you really have to let the hurt go. And you feel a lot lighter. Like, you do. You like, damn, I just been holding on. It's like sometimes you realize you like that person is physically not in your life. It's like sometimes, it's hard to let go of situations if you don't get a formal apology, or if it just, especially if it don't end on good terms. Like, certain situations, you just gonna have to realize those are the terms that they gonna end on. Sometimes people don't want it to end on good terms, or don't want it to be rectified, and y'all finally just go on from a good space, because they feel like, if I let the last memory of me in your life still be something that unsettles your spirit, then you gonna hold on to that. You'll think about it. Eventually you'll, it's like, no, sometimes you just gotta let that shit go. And it's like the people who try to play in your face and play in your energy and stuff like that to try to make certain things seem a certain type of way, it's like they get their karma. It's like when you stop worrying about why certain things are occurring, when you can't, it's like you gonna realize that you worrying about a situation is what fuels it. Like if you keep giving the situation energy and you know it's not reciprocating anything back to you, that is how you're still fueling it. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes people can know that folks are changing, and sometimes I'm gonna be honest. I've even had to realize too. Sometimes when we release people, we get better. We get better versions of certain people that come toward us, or we are better versions of ourselves with certain people. When we release some people, sometimes they are going to be better versions of themselves with new people, and that's just sometimes the way the cookie crumble. Like you could be a karmic type of energy in someone's life, but karma doesn't necessarily always mean that you're negative. It just means that you were put into someone's life to really like make them see things, put them on the right path, and I've just had to really let that go. Just because someone gets a better version of someone doesn't mean that you're not going to get a good version of someone. Like sometimes I notice too, it's just like I started to realize, I said people do judge your worth based off your financial status. Like, and I told myself, I said, a lot of what I have spoken about that has been done to me has really, I feel like, put me further back. Even though I do feel like people have tried to, like, I think I am someone that has been victimized that people have tried to silence. But I told myself, I said, me staying in this victimized mentality and trying to advocate for myself is also still in a space to where it's not really allowing me to move forward where I need to move forward in my own life. I be looking at myself. I be looking at people. I am trying to be very honest and up forward with people. I be like, look, I am in a process of restructuring my life. I am in a very much so transitional phase of my life. If that is too much for you to deal with, you are free to not stay here. A bitch is not begging nobody, and I'm not actually asking you for anything. It's just like I feel like when people try to talk to me, I be very upfront. I said, I am in a very much so like, some people don't mind helping you, but I don't want to get myself in a stuck and complacent place and you throw it up in my face. Like I don't, it's like I'm just very particular about how I move forward in certain energies. Like people can try to paint you out, but I'm like, people can try to paint you out to look like, oh, she just wants you for your money. I have 1,000 times literally turned people down that just want to. It's like I don't want my love to be transactional. I'm not in your life. It's like if you just because you got money don't mean I'm gonna stay with you. Like if you ain't a good person, I just don't want to be around you. I am really tired of drama. Like I don't, and I feel like drama follows men. Like most of the time when I ain't dealing with no man, I ain't got no drama. The moment I start dealing with a man, I feel like, especially if I'm dealing with a man who he may have certain materials, but his internal being still needs to be worked on. Like y'all be victims of your flesh. You succumb to your flesh more than you succumb to your spirit, like what your higher self is trying to tell you. And it's like you bring unwanted or unnecessary situations to some things, and I just be like, I be cool by myself, even if that means I may struggle a little bit. Cause sometimes men will be like, "I'll help you out," but they won't. They feel like because of them helping you out, you should be able to just succumb to whatever they bring to the table. And it's like, no, like if I don't want to deal with that negative situation or the negative energy that looms around that situation, I'm good. Like, and if that means you, because it's like, that means you were never trying to be helpful or supportive in the beginning. It was always like transactional, or it was always intentional of something else. Like, like I said before, I have definitely made some choices that I have not always been the most proud of. But I've learned to just be like, hey, when you learn to forgive yourself or just to continue to move forward, it's just like people gonna feel some type of way about you in a damn way. Might as well keep going.